Oh, let's see here. Hey, baby. Oh, you know, I said we weren't having church. Y'all didn't have to be so quiet. Y'all make some noise. Because, see, I can't see anybody. And I'm going to tell you a story. I was at a club one night. I won't say where, because some of y'all been down there. You might have been there that night. And the lights were shining in my eyes. I couldn't see a thing. But I kept seeing stuff zoom by my head. Shoom, shoom. I said, somebody's throwing something at me. Well, they were. They weren't just throwing stuff at me. I didn't realize they were throwing stuff at everybody. They were just slinging beer cans, tomatoes, bottles, pears, apples, a knife every now and then. I said, they don't like my music at all. Wasn't me. They had a fight broke out, I mean to tell you, and stuff went every which way. So I'm going to take my glasses off. I trust y'all. I can't see anyway. But y'all, if you start throwing stuff, it will add something to the evening. Come on, y'all. It'll be all right. You know, I can catch that. Heaven's dope. Let's do a little heaven. We're going to do a little gospel for you. It's actually a very popular song, but I consider it gospel. One of my favorites. Always like something like that. Badge on me, I can't wear it anymore. Getting dark, too dark to see. Think I'm knocking on heaven's door. Put this gun in the ground. I can't use them, Lord, not no more. knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Somewhere, standing in the sand, staring up at a foreign moon, a child, considered a man by grown and older men, carries his heart in one hand and his weapon in another. He has watched while his friends suffer the same excruciating pain, terror, and fear that he suffers. He's held one too many of his friends in his hand and told them that he would go to their mothers with their last words. He said goodbye to one too many lovers in the middle of nights that he wished he could recapture and cast again in peace. That young man and that young woman standing out there alone in that sand, they look toward the same moon that you do. They look toward the same sun, the same stars. So when you cast your prayers toward heaven, they bounce off that moon and they bounce off those stars, and they land over there in that sand somewhere. And when they hear you pray, when they hear you say that you're knocking on heaven's door on their behalf, heaven smiles, and trust me, so do they, because quite often they're just a minute away from knocking on heaven's door. Put this gun in the ground,